In my last update video about Hurricane Laura, I talked about how it was probably going to be a low to medium range Category 4 hurricane once it was finished intensifying. However, last night, the storm went absolutely insane and has not only strengthened to that level already, it is still strengthening. Now, before we get into where Laura is and what its impacts will be, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button for future content. So, where's Hurricane Laura? Well, it is currently about 200 miles south of Lake Charles, a relatively large city in southwestern Louisiana, as a 140-mile-per-hour hurricane. For the past 2 days, Laura has been tracking northwestward over very favorable conditions in the Gulf of Mexico and is currently about 12 hours away from landfall. At the rate that Laura is strengthening, it is not out of the question to see Laura crashing onto the Louisiana coastline as a Category 5 hurricane. Remember, a Category 5 is a hurricane with winds of at least 157 miles per hour. However, the difference in impact between a high-end Category 4 and a low-end Category 5 is very small, so anyone in the storm's forecast track should prepare as if a Category 5 is going to hit them. Speaking of impacts, there's a lot to cover. First of all, since the storm is so intense, a major hurricane force winds will cover a sizable area of southwestern Louisiana, and tropical storm force winds are probably going to cover almost the entire state, as well as large chunks of eastern Texas, Arkansas, and even Mississippi and Oklahoma. In addition to the wind, rainfall totals of over a foot are likely near landfall, with several inches possible in Baton Rouge and Houston. However, the most devastating impact is likely to be storm surge. As I mentioned yesterday, storm surge happens when a hurricane pulls so much water, it blunts the coastline where it hits. So, peak storm surge in this storm is likely to be 15 to 20 feet, or 5 to 7 meters above high tide, and the water could travel as much as 30 miles or 50 kilometers inland. To put that into perspective, Lake Charles, the city I mentioned earlier, sits at an elevation of 15 feet or 5 meters and is about 25 miles or 45 kilometers from the coast. That means that Laura is so intense that a city that is normally protected from storm surge could see devastating impacts that they probably aren't prepared for. And on that not so great note, that concludes this update video of Hurricane Laura. Since landfall will probably happen tonight, I probably won't make an update video tomorrow unless severe impacts are still happening. As always, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.